Hello and welcome to the Ninh Binh radio, television stations and newspaper. Now take a look at our top story as usual. Binh Phuoc developing supporting industry. Đông Xoài City provides search and rescue training. Chương kindergartens reopens to children. Prime Minister chair conference on administrative procedure reforms. First rescue drills among Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Foreign tourists return to Mỹ Sơn sanctuary after pandemic period. Ladies and gentlemen, the People Committee of Binh Phuoc Province has issued a decision on a project to develop in the local supporting industry in the 2021-2025 periods and vision to 2030.
By 2025, the province aims to boost the exports of supporting industries to $1 billion, contributing about 20% to local export turnover. Annual output of supporting industry products will replace 35 to 40% of imports with the same quality requirements. Products must ensure strong and competitive supply to meet the needs of businesses in the southern key economic region. By 2030, annual output is to replace 50 to 60% imports with the same quality requirements. The province prioritizes the development of supporting industry subsectors in the following order: electronics manufacturing, automobile assembly, textiles and garments, leather and footwear, mechanical engineering, and high-tech industry. By 2025 and with a vision to 2030, priority will be given to electronics, textiles, automobile manufacturing and assembly, leather and footwear, mechanical engineering, and high-tech industry.
The military commands of Đông Xoài City recently organized training sections in swimming and search and rescue techniques for local rescue forces.
The sessions were held at the swimming pool of the Binh Phuoc Provincial Center for Children's Activities. 126 officers and soldiers from military commands in Đông Xoài City and 8 wards and communes took part. Over the course of 4 days, search and rescue forces were equipped with techniques to rescue people from flooded areas and provide initial treatment for drowning victims, along with other necessary skills.
Private kindergartens in Chương district, Binh Phuoc province has welcomed children to school in the new 2022-2023 school year, helping ease the burdens on local public schools.
Thanh district is home to about 10 private kindergartens with over 1,000 children. Most focus on investment in study equipment to take better care of the children. This has great trust among parents, especially those who work at industrial parks. According to Nguyễn Thị Lương from the Thanh Department of Education and Training, who specializes in managing kindergartens, private schools are striving to resume operations, which is a good sign. The reopening of private kindergartens also contributes to promoting the socialization of education at the local level, as well as easing the burden on public schools.
A national teleconference took place under the chair of Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on September the 15th to promote administrative procedure reform and governance modernizations.
The government leaders said the meeting is part of the efforts to assist people and enterprises in difficulties. The party instead always view administrative reforms as an important step to build and complete a clean, strong, efficient, and effective law-governed socialist state for the people and national development, Chính stressed. Besides, governance modernization is critical to building a digital government, economy, and society, he added. Vietnam has made important strides in administrative reforms, but shortcomings still exist and need to be addressed quickly for the optimization of area and resource for the recovery and development, the Prime Minister noted. According to the government office, since 2021, 1,758 business regulations in 143 legal documents have been scrapped or simplified. The Prime Minister has also approved plans to remove or streamline over 1,100 regulations of 9 ministries and agencies. Besides, about 11,700 single-window divisions at different levels have been set up nationwide to handle administrative procedures.
A joint search and rescue drill between Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia took place in Vientiane on September the 15th. Lao Party General Secretary and President Thong Lun Sisulit and Vietnamese Defense Minister Pham Van Giang was among those who witnessed the event.
The drill, the first of its kind between the militaries of the three countries, was held under an agreement reached at a meeting of the three countries' defense ministers in Hanoi in 2019. Focusing on water and land rescue, it was participated in by nearly 500 military officers and soldiers who exercised search and rescue in response to flooding, landslides, building collapses, and chemical leaks. Vietnam engaged in most of the contents. The organizing board described the drill as successful and a practical activity in defense cooperation among Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, thus helping promote cooperation, solidarity, and friendship among the countries, including their militaries. It noted through the deal, the three military rescue forces would become more proactive in coordinating with and assisting one another in disaster response to guarantee peace and security for their people.
Foreign invested enterprises in Vietnam are recovering wealth and focusing on production and business expansion, with disbursements reaching a record high in the first 8 months of 2022.
According to the Foreign Investment Agency under the Ministry of Planning and Investment, during January-August, FDI disbursements hit $12.8 billion, up 10.5% year-on-year. Vietnam's resumption of economic activities has helped foreign investors speed up the implementations of their projects. Recently, Nghi Sơn 2 BOT thermal power plant, with a total investment of nearly $2.8 billion, was officially put into commercial operation. In addition, Samsung Research and Development Center project in Hanoi is expected to be completed by the end of this year. Its capital additions was more than $2 billion in Thái Nguyên province and Ho Chi Minh City will also be disbursed soon. To attract more FDI, Vietnam should focus on perfecting investment institutions and researching and promulgating policies suitable to each industry and field, according to economists. Besides, localities should publicize a list of industrial parks which have land available and infrastructure ready to love more investors, they noted.
A number of fruits grown in Vietnam have successfully entered high-value and challenging markets, and the country is constantly seeking ways to build up its economic power via fruit exports.
Vietnam earned nearly $2 billion from fruit and vegetable exports in the first 7 months of 2022. China has been Vietnam's largest importer for years, although shipments to the northern neighbor recently saw a downturn as a consequence of its stricter rules on imported food. Vietnamese fruit and vegetables enjoy strong growth in other major markets such as the US, the Republic of Korea, Japan, and Australia. Many exporters are turning their eyes to European markets where the products enjoy 0% tax rate under the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, and these markets are seeing increasing demand for tropical fruit and vegetables. According to the General Department of Customs, Vietnam's fruit and vegetable export turnover to Europe in 2021 hit $303 million, up 17.4% year-on-year.
The members of the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership constitute a potential market for the exports of the trifish, according to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers.
Recent statistics show that 13% of the Vietnam's total traffic export in the first 7 months of this year, with more than 211 million, was consumed in CPTPP member markets, representing a rise of 73% against the same period last year. In July alone, traffic export to member countries of CPTPP expanded rapidly at 123% to reach more than $31 million. Notably, traffic export to Canada rose by 4 times against the same period last year to reach $40 million, accounting for 2.5% of Vietnam's total traffic export value. About 92% of traffic exported to these markets were processed. Traffic export to Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and Chile posted three-digit growth in July from 108 to 166% over the same period last year. Export to Japan increased by 66% in July. The growth momentum would continue to maintain the remaining months, the association said.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mỹ Sơn Sanctuary, a UNESCO-recognized World Heritage Site in Quảng Nam Province, now began welcoming foreign tourists after the COVID-19 pandemic hit us. The sanctuary now welcomes more than 500 tourists a day, 70% of whom are foreigners.
During the trip, the holidaymakers enjoy special art performances featuring the culture of Cham people and participate in folk games. They are also provided with spiritual, ecological, and agricultural tours. Once a religious and political capital of the Champa Kingdom, the Mỹ Sơn Sanctuary is located within a hilly landscape in the Truyền district, about 70 kilometers southwest of Da Nang coastal city and 40 kilometers from Hoi An ancient town. It is comprised of 8 groups of 71 monuments built from the 7th to 30th centuries. The sanctuary was recognized as a World Cultural Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1999.
And that's all for today. Thank you for being there with us and see you next time.